So the issue is this guy's got a snow blower and it's shooting fire out the exhaust. At least that's what it was doing a couple days ago, and now he says it won't start. So we're going to take a quick look at it. Well, the snow blower is a beast. 34-inch Troy-Bilt XP. I've worked on it a couple times in the past. Even have my sticker up here. So anyhow, what do we have going on here? I believe the issue is we have an exhaust valve that's not shutting all the way. So you have the engine doing the compression stroke, the spark plug firing, and that fire is being shot out the exhaust, and the reason for that is because the exhaust valve is open. So what do we want to do here? We want to adjust the exhaust valve. I am not sure what the settings are, but I'm going to set it to around 10 thousandths of an inch. So I've been burned before by listening to the customer. I want to just double check that this machine has spark. I had probably going on about 15 snow blowers here. We had some pretty big storms, and I found one of these that had a spark issue, and there was a contact tied onto the kill switch of the coil. It's plastic and it was melted, and the metal was actually shorting out on the switch, so it took away spark. So that was up under here. There's a little white cable that you can unplug before pulling everything apart to fix that issue. But I think it was about the same engine as this, except it wasn't quite as big. It was a 205 cc, where this one looks like it's a 420 cc, so it's double. What am I looking for? Oh, I just want to get some pliers. I never do trust these things. So I plugged it in, and we're just going to check for spark. Keys in, it's in the on position. See what we get here, if I can find the button. I put the starter on the opposite side of the plug. It's always hard to test these things for spark. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see it, but good spark. Alright. So next thing we want to do is pull that valve cover. It should be 10 millimeter. There's a hose clamp on there that I want to get off quick. There we go. So you're taking a look in there at the valves. This is the intake, this is the exhaust. So I want to pull this over till the intake goes all the way in. And I'm using a 10 thousandths feeler gauge. And that won't fit in there. So that's actually a good sign. You want to put more room in there. What's happening is the valve doesn't have enough room to seat. It's like too long. Man. I think I'm going to use a socket because I'm worried about stripping it. It's really tight. That was really tight. Too tight. It's about right there. Too tight. Try and set it right there. So we'll hold the bottom one and tighten the top one. That's pretty good. All right, we'll set the other one. I'm going to set that one to about 6 thousandths. So when the exhaust goes in, could take out the spark plug to make it easier. Alright, so looks like our exhaust is in. This one looks a little tight too. I'm just going to pull that over one more time. Well, not quite as tight as the other one. And I'll find the right feeler gauge. Six thousandths. Feels pretty good. You want to keep in mind there's caps on the ends of those valve stems, so don't lose them. It won't run right without them. Alright, so the valves are set properly. Push rods look good from what I can see. So I'm going to quick put this on. We'll see what we get. I think we'll try it like that. So I'm heating the garage today. It's not that warm. I'm just going to see if this thing fires because he said it wouldn't start. So we got it on choke. We had spark. Prime it a few times and we'll go with electric start. There is fuel in it. Might have to pull a plug and see if it fires. Maybe I flooded it. Well, looks like there's oil in there. Well, I'm going to pull the plug and see if the plug is wet or what the deal is with that. plug's loose, I just don't have much room to turn it at all. Before we brought it over. Here's what the plug looks like. It's pretty wet, kind of oily. I'm going to check this plug for spark. Make sure the problem is not the spark, because it has one of these cheap plugs. Guy's been complaining about torch plugs. I don't know what this said, LG on it. Trying to find the start button. No spark there, guys. That's either because the plug's soaking wet or because the plug's no good. Got another plug here. Keep it on choke, no prime. Alright, I'm going to bring it outside and let it run so I don't die from smoke. Here we go. Well guys, you can see it running. It was running pretty well. No issues with that. I noticed that it was smoking a little bit, and if you think about it, it's because the excess fuel is getting into the muffler, so that was kind of burning off, and the muffler looked a little wet and it was dripping, but I let it run, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, it stopped smoking, and I did zoom in there so that you could see that there wasn't any fire coming out of the muffler. The other issue that'll cause the muffler to be sending fire out is if your timing's off a little bit. So if you have a sheared flywheel key, that can cause that, but generally that happens more often with lawnmowers than it does snow blowers, because something jolts the engine and it causes the flywheel key to actually shear. Anyhow, there was an issue with the plug, and I wanted to show you the plug. Let's take a look at that quick. On the YouTube forum, a lot of guys are complaining about problems with torch plugs. And this plug here is a torch plug. And this plug here, this LG, this is what was in there. And I was looking at it to see if it is exactly the same as the torch plug. And they kind of look identical, so I don't know if they're made in the same factory or not, but this plug did fail. So it is what it is, guys. So anyhow, guys, I'm Double Wide 6. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll put a link down below to some of the tools I used in the project. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the thumbs up for me. That helps out the videos. Take care.